What's going on, guys? Coach Joe here at the Lions Den. Just got done hitting some Olympic lifting. It's been about a month and a half or so since I've actually done lifts, but I'm feeling really good. So I wanted to share with you guys 5 basic tips that can really help fine-tune your clean and make you better if you're a beginner or even a more advanced lifter. So let's just get right into it. Hope you guys enjoy and hopefully this helps your clean. All right, guys, so the first common mistake I see often with beginners especially is when they're doing the reverse curl with the barbell and actually not getting the shrug in there with the quick elbows. So what I mean is when you see somebody clean, as they're cleaning, they just lift the bar up and place it right here. When really, ideally, what we want is to keep that bar close. We want to jump, shrug, and catch, okay? So the difference there was that the bar came from the shrug motion, okay, and the momentum of the bar coming up, and I drop under and catch here. So a drill I often do with clients is just the jump and shrug first. So we'll maybe bring it down to above the knee. We're gonna jump, shrug, just like that. And we really wanna keep our arms straight, okay? So just do a couple reps here, jump, shrug. And the last one, we're gonna jump, shrug, and catch. So what that looks like is jump, shrug, right underneath the bar. So ideally, what we don't wanna do is use our arms to get the barbell here. Instead, a lot of it comes from the lower body and the leg drive. So we're driving through the legs, getting that shrug, the bar will actually float. Then from there, we're just gonna catch underneath. So tip number 2, guys, is going to be once we have it into this front rack position, okay, we ideally wanna have it resting on top of our collarbone, okay, keeping the elbows up. Now, depending if you can have your whole hand around the bar, it's gonna be individualized by shoulder mobility as well as how long your arms are and body proportion. But for the most part, we want to have those elbows up, keeping it pressed back into our throat and on top of the shoulders. What we don't want is to have the bar out in front of us, okay? So if I told you to put as much weight as possible on this barbell, you wouldn't hold it just like this. You would be able to hold it better back in here because we have bone-on-bone structure and we're stacked really strong. So if you guys are having front rack mobility issues, I've made a video on this in the past. I'm gonna link it up right here, and you can click that, and that's gonna improve that front rack so you can get into this strong position, and that's essential for doing any sort of clean or clean and jerk. So tip number 3, guys, is going to be about bar path. Now, often what we'll see in beginners is when they come up, they keep the bar away off their body, and then they catch. What we wanna do is ideally keep that bar close into our body, okay, into the hips, and just like this. So it's almost an identical straight line from the start of the bar to the catching position. So we just want to make sure that as we're coming up, we're staying over the bar, driving the bar back into our hips, and then we're going to come straight up just like that. So as you can see, I'm over the bar, and what's going to keep that bar close to my body is me initiating my lats. Now if we have loose lats, the bar automatically jumps in front of us, so the bar path's going to be off. So think about pressing back, turning your lats on, almost like doing a lat pull down machine. And that's gonna keep that bar driven up into your hips and create a nice bar path. So tip number 4 is when the bar gets to the hips and we're about to get underneath the bar, is not to hit the bar out in front of us, okay? When we hit the bar, if we're getting hip contact, we want it to go straight up, okay? So not out, but up like that. So we'll look from the side angle, and you notice if I'm gonna clean and I hit the bar out, I'm gonna jump forward to have to receive that position, okay? So that's not a good catching position when we have to hit and we're jumping forward. So to eliminate that, we'll go from above the knee or wherever you wanna do this drill, come up, hit, drop, right underneath. Make sure you take your video camera or have someone video you from the side so you can see where your feet are. Another great drill is to chalk your landing position, and you have to stick that position every time or be within an inch or so. You don't want to be jumping forward or too far back. So the last tip, number 5, guys, is going to be when you're catching the bar in the receiving position, to make sure we get our elbows under as fast as possible and getting it into the front rack. Often with beginners, you'll see them try to catch the bar too much without getting into proper front rack, and they're going to drop or dump forward, where these lifts can easily be made, but some minor adjustments such as this will really help make your lifts. So often what we see too much is when they clean, they try to catch here, and if it's heavy enough, we're going to drop that bar forward. So instead, as we clean, get your elbows under as fast as possible. Okay, so we want to make sure that when we do our jump and shrug, our turnover happens very fast. So it's going to look like this. And the elbows shoot under right into the esophagus. You can almost hear my voice is changing a little bit. That's the amount of pressure you're going to need to get it into this solid catching position. So there you guys have it. Those are my 5 basic tips that can really help improve your clean. If you're a beginner, you're more advanced, or even an intermediate athlete, work on this with lighter weight, okay, or just the barbell. Get used to it and then build the weight as you progress in the lift. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Any questions, drop them below. Till then, stay a lean, mean strength machine. See you later.
And then he approached his victims from the rear, looped the wire over their head.
What's going on, guys? Coach Joe here, and I haven't put a training video up in a while, so I figured I would just dive into it, doing a little bit of ollie lifting. I haven't done ollie in about 2 months. I've been really focusing on getting my strength up for US Strongman Nationals, and my program's just been working really well, but here was just me feeling it out. This is 135. Hopefully you guys listen to the tips prior if you guys are doing cleans, and these will definitely help you if you pay attention to the small details, maintain bar speed, and just keep working on the technique. That's where the money is. But felt really good. My strength is definitely increasing. This is 185 right now. And I picked up my cleans kind of just where I left off. So the muscle memory, it's a real thing because I've done so many cleans in my day. You know, after I do a couple warm-up sets, I'm just feeling in the groove. And the more advanced you get, the more you just actually end up just doing the lifts instead of a lot of the minute technique things as a beginner would. But this is 205. That went up real easily. And then I bump to 225. So I was doing full cleans, getting all the way in the bottom of the squat. I haven't actually been squatting for a long time, about almost a month or 2 because of my knee tendonitis, and I've been getting active release therapy, and it's really working. So during these cleans, I felt like my legs in the front squat were weak. My back squat feels good, but just the front squat kind of took a little bit of a hit because normally I'd be able to bust through these front squats. That seemed to be a little bit of a limiting factor today, but you know, checks and balances, right? Get back to it, get those legs stronger and come out and dominate. Here's 315. Felt great. And from there, I jump up to, I think, 345-ish. So that felt great as well. And I was just trying to have some fun before I did conditioning. Just kind of see how high I get. This was 355. My previous clean jerks that happened recently was 405. So right now I'm around 370, 375-ish. It's hard to tell if I have the 2.5s on the ends or not right now. But ended up going up to 390 and hit the clean, but you can see my legs are kind of hitting that stalling point. And the hardest part about this is just feeling lightheaded and dizzy and trying to regroup for that jerk. But didn't have it in me today, which I know it's there, just kind of the environment, but enjoy.